Y'all, I am hearing a lot of Americans talking a lot of doom and despair today, and we need to talk about it. I'm not gonna lie, the next 4 years is going to be undoubtedly tough. If there is anything that we Americans are good at, it's being hard-headed and rebellious. In fact, in history, all throughout school, that's the main thing that they taught us about Americans, how rebellious and hard-headed we've been. I mean, we have been taught our entire lives about things like the Boston Tea Party, the American Revolution, the abolitionist movement, the labor movement, women's suffrage, the civil rights movement. And for the LGBT community, we had the Stonewall riots. Now, granted, a lot of people suffered during all of these things, but we never gave up. If there's anything that other countries say about Americans when they go to their countries, it's that they don't really like following the rules. So for the next 4 years, we need to keep that energy going. Don't get sad, get mad. Be prepared to resist at every turn. Don't let this new administration let you feel like that you've lost your power in any way. There is strength in numbers. There are way more Americans that are totally opposed to the things that he wants to do to this country than the ones that are actually for it. I know. A lot of us are tired. We're exhausted. We've been dealing with this shit for over 10 years now, and we just want a break from it. Fortunately, the last 4 years were about as much break as we're going to get. So rest up, fuel up, and let's get ready to rumble! This doesn't have to be violent at all. We can totally get by on passive resistance for the most part. Passive resistance is a non-violent opposition to authority, especially a refusal to cooperate with legal requirements. And this doesn't necessarily mean you have to go to a protest. It sometimes is just saying, no, I know my rights and I am not doing that. If you see somebody getting bullied, go stand right next to them and talk to them. There's safety in numbers. And most importantly, if you feel the urge to speak up or say something, don't suppress that feeling. Basically, it's constantly telling those in charge, no, we will not comply with this. You know, just be like one of those Americans. You know what I'm talking about. Basically, we have 4 years ahead of acting like this lady. For all my fellow Mayo Americans on the left, you flex that white privilege as much as you can. If you see something that is not right, be a total bitch about it. Be annoying as hell. Be an American about it. What you can't do is give up. There are way too many people counting on us for that. There have been way too many people who have had to struggle or suffer or sometimes even worse over trying to get ahead in this country. And we got a regime now that is going to try and take us backwards. We cannot let that happen. The only greatness of America that we need to be taking back is that rebellious spirit. Remember, even when the path ahead seems next to impossible, the greatest victories often come from those who refuse to quit. Do not comply in advance or kiss up like a bunch of Cheeto-lipped billionaires. Like I said before, we were raised since kindergarten to hear about the rebellious spirits of Americans. Let's give it back to them.